Every day in our lives, in the comfort of our homes, we watch desperate situations play out on our TV screens. From poverty and disease, to war and domestic violence, to famine, the list is endless, and the circumstances sorrowful. Saddest of all, however, is the fact that more often than not, it is as a result of man and our tendency to only have regard for ourselves. As these events unfold, those who suffer most are the innocent in society, men, women, and children who are oblivious to the ill intentions of selfish men and women amongst them. One of these painful moments was in 2007 and 2008, when Kenya experienced arguably its worst political, economic, and humanitarian crisis in all of its history. During this period, over 1,000 lives were claimed, over 600,000 civilians were displaced, and to add on to that, thousands more were physically and emotionally scarred. Could you imagine being forced out of the comfort of your home, only to become a refugee in your own country, forced to rely on the mercy of well-wishers, and all because of selfish leaders in our society? Over the holidays, I got to visit a home and saw the plight of the children there, all of whom had been orphaned during the post-election violence. A good Samaritan, out of her own volition, had taken up these children and set up a home for them in Maimahio, Naivasha. Immediately, it was easy to identify their dire need for not only basic amenities such as food and clothing, but also for love, care, and support. I realized how Kenya had moved on with her life, how I had moved on with my life, forgetting that there were others that were bound by the unfortunate events that took place almost 7 years ago. That is when it occurred to me that I can do something to help these children, albeit in a small way. Something liberating, something a little bit more permanent that would make them rise above the pattern of poverty and hopelessness. Give them an education that would empower them and ensure bright futures for them. What better way to achieve this objective than to appeal to my immediate society, my school, Rusinga? Thus, the conception of the Karura Forest Cycling Walk Challenge. This is an initiative I organized where individuals either walked or cycled for 12 kilometers. With great support from friends, family, Rusinga students, parents, and teachers, we were able to raise a total of 175,000 Kenya shillings. These funds would go into building a classroom for the students, buying learning materials such as stationery and other materials that would support their education. Now, this was way beyond my expectations, for my reservations led me to believe that the maximum I would raise is about 50,000 Kenya shillings, when in fact, I was able to more than triple this amount. I can therefore testify that all of us can achieve what we set our mind to, especially when it comes to community service. For in the words of Mahatma Gandhi, the best way to find yourself in life is to lose yourself in the service of others. And aren't we all trying to find ourselves in life? Albert Einstein goes on to mention that only a life lived in service is a life worth living. By me sharing this with you, I'm in no way trying to praise myself, but rather, I wish this to be a call for action. My intent in bringing to light the unfortunate lives of these children is not to provoke a spirit of sympathy or pity, but a spirit of empathy, will, and action. The biggest thing I hope comes out of this is that you too, all of us, we all need to take it upon ourselves to do something for our community, to turn the lives of others around, however small it may be. For you should never underestimate your ability to impact someone's life, because small acts, when multiplied by many, can transform the world. We therefore need to empower our minds, to command our emotions, to commission our will. Then, and only then, will this world see a formidable growth towards the bettering of our society. Thank you.